tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another NXT After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV. Gotta start with the Brooklyn song because TakeOver is going to be in Brooklyn August 22nd. We are all flying there, some in suitcases, others in seats on planes.
I'm gonna be in a dog carrier.
Yeah.
Woof. I'm a dog.
Anyways, we have so much news to cover today, and
we gotta get through it.
Gotta get through it. I'm Kathy Kelly.
Oh.
Joining me, as always,
You're Kathy Kelly.
Mark Donica.
That's me. I'm the Internet Soapbox Mark. You can find me on Twitter at Soapbox Mark. I'm going to be on the live chat in YouTube because we're live on YouTube. And I'm also going to be checking Twitter using the hashtag ABTVNXT in case you have any questions for us. We have some fun stuff that we're going to be talking about apart from the show. So please let us know if you want us to talk about anything specific or if you have any questions for us in particular.
That was a lot of talking.
Next to the Mark is the hobo.
I am a professional.
I have less to say.
I wish that was true.
I do.
Yeah.
Wait till the end of the show.
So there's so much to cover. I mean, I know that there was already an after show for Beast in the East, but we are going to talk about specifically the Balor versus Kevin Owens match. We are going to talk about everything that has happened at Comic-Con thus far with the NXTers that are down there. And
NXTers?
There were no NXTers when all of the announcements were made. Well, there were happy NXTers were shed about everybody's action figures.
Are you gonna buy all of them?
They're already out, and I haven't bought a single one, including the Tyler Breeze one.
Maybe we can, have somebody who loves us very, very much.
Don't do that.
You do this every single time, and
I like free things.
Yeah, he can't. He's the hobo. How much can he truly afford?
I'm adorable.
Anyways, let's jump into last night's show. They kick it off with a women's tag match, Emma and Dana versus Sasha, and we don't know who her partner is yet. She has been trying to get a partner for the last week or two, and Sasha says she's going to fight alone because she couldn't find anyone. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
I thought she was going to do it, too.
I know,
I thought she could.
Right then, Charlotte's music hits. She runs to the ring and saves the day.
Well, there's
arguably.
Figuring what the end result of the match was, not very arguably, but there was an ultimatum. It was you owe me. Shake the hand.
Shake on it.
And that was it. But you saw classic BFF double teaming in this match. Like there's no love lost, but there's also they didn't skip a beat when it came to being able to work together again, and it was great.
This was almost as sentimental as when they teased the Shield getting, well, maybe not that, but like it was very like, aw, I miss this.
Yeah. Old BFFs.
When the whole thing started, though, Dana Brooke was the one doing all the talking. Shouldn't it have been Emma, as sort of like the most senior of the pair, actually grabbing the mic and saying what's up?
They've almost made Emma feel like the sidekick in this duo.
I think that's the plan. It was Emma helping out Dana, and now Dana's like, oh, cool, she's helping me out because I'm so great, and then she starts to take over and be like, well, you're my psych. That seems like a natural progression with a heel team where it's like, yeah, you're my backup. It's like, no, and then they end up splitting and going their separate ways. But
well, no, first they have to fight,
and
then they will go their separate ways.
What do you guys think of this match?
It's fun.
Yeah.
Getting a chance to see a tag match with any sort of a match with Sasha and Charlotte involved is going to be a stellar match. There was some good back and forth. Emma was a big fan of those body scissors. Just because it seems brutal the way how when people try to escape, she's like, no, and just hammers them in the back of the head.
It's a very effective maneuver when you put it right on the sides. It really doesn't allow your opponent any room to breathe. Especially the real technique is you cross your ankles and then push your legs out, which creates the scissor in the middle, and you take the wind out of your opponent and really drive them down.
Painful.
Very.
Aye.
And it was good seeing Sasha and Charlotte together, still working dirty tactics, but it was sort of like dirty tactics against some actual, dirty people.
Well, with Charlotte, it was more of her daddy's style. It was a lot of like dropping the ankle.
Dropping the knee.
Yeah, yes, the knee, but it's always the whatever.
Looked good to me.
Yeah, no, it did look good, but anytime. We know how that move is taken.
Personally thought this is the best that we've seen Dana look thus far.
Agreed.
I can agree with that.
She was, obviously she's getting better enough to where she doesn't look weak in a tag match. So obviously she is progressing further.
And she seems like she almost believes her character more. Like, it seemed like she was that angry girl. It wasn't Ashley, whatever her name is, pretending to be a wrestler. She was actually a wrestler.
Perhaps this is actually the turning point we've all been waiting for, when she actually believes what she's been saying and embodies the idea that she is portraying.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would take a while to become confident with that, and it seems like the girls are pushed onto TV a lot quicker than some of the guys because there are fewer of them.
Very true. I believe women are able to go further faster because of the limited numbers that there are simply in wrestling. It's a boys' game, so when you have the females, it's easier to feature them and be featured as a female.
If they want to feature the females.
Very true.
That's still a thing.
Yeah.
Well.
But there are some rumors that I'd like to talk about a little later in the show.
Okay. So Sasha does the bank statement to Dana Brooke, and at the same exact time, Charlotte does the figure 8 to Emma. Those two win the match, and afterwards, Charlotte requests a title shot, or demands, I guess, the title shot from next week.
Which is
for next week.
All but what we expected, but next week, that was unexpected.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll be the main event.
It will.
Oh my gosh.
Charlotte said in an interview from Comic-Con that it's going to be the main event. So
that's incredible.
And that's the final match of this set of tapings, right? Well, they've now main evented a television taping.
And we were kind of wondering what was going to happen since they had two shows taped prior to Beast in the East, but after the change of the title.
And it was clear tonight where we got two matches and Japan as a recap.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's one more show. That's one of the matches on it, and you can go 20 minutes. It could honestly be as long as they want, and nobody will care because they're just electric. They are just magic. I mean, this isn't the first time a women's match has main evented television like an NXT show, but to main event the taping, we don't know if there was a dark match main event or a dark main event or whatever. I guess we'll find out from people who were there.
Yeah.
So if you have any insight about that, was this the actual closing match? Let us know. Don't tell us how it went. Damn it.
Yeah, for God's sake, don't say what happened, but say if there was anything after this match.
Yeah.
Not like a promo or anything. Don't give it away.
I personally, even though I don't even know them, I'm so excited for both of them.
Beyond.
They're killing
Beyond.
It. Just killing it.
And it's only, this is just I feel like the beginning of what they're going to accomplish, too.
I would hope so.
So.
I just hope that the system allows them to change.
Right. It's... Right.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
he's at a loss for words.
Without going into a long political diatribe, yes.
Good enough for me.
We've seen what has been going on the past couple of months with the women's division in the main roster. There's the rumor that Nikki Bella's hurt and that she's working through an injury with the championship.
Do you know how that happened?
Not offhand, but I read it in one of the most reputable dirt sheets that I could find. But that's why I'm saying rumor.
Top of the garbage heap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Only the best stuff's there. It's more. It's a recycling bin.
That's where I reside. Top of Garbage Mountain.
So with that, and with they're trying to seemingly erase, well, not erase, but overshadow AJ's reign with the Divas Championship.
Obviously.
But Nikki has to last till October, and the way that the women's matches have been going as of late, it's gonna just make the whole division stagnant. Because the way that they run title matches and non-title matches at different events is just boring compared to the women that we have down here that are just killing it. But we've heard from divas on the main roster as well that if they had the chance to do 20 minutes, so it's just a question of what the main roster is willing to promote. We heard from Sasha herself that she's a bit conflicted about wanting to move up versus wanting to have her time and really excel and help NXT grow to even bigger heights. So the future is unknown.
But looking positive.
Looking positive.
Yeah.
The fact that we have all of the talent going up there, it means that only good things can happen.
Yeah.
One would hope.
If you guys missed our interview with Sasha Banks last week, you could check that out on iTunes or YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes, give us 5 stars, comment, let us know what we're doing great, what we could improve on, because we always want to improve the show.
Also, we're just on the cusp of 3,000 views, so please just get us over that.
Just watch the show like 6 more times each.
Yeah.
Watch
Every
for 30
single one of
seconds,
you.
then refresh, and then watch another 30 seconds.
No,
and
but we
refresh.
want like long, like the good, I don't know, what's it called? Like viewership where it stays throughout the entire
Oh, I
show.
see. I understand.
So, like, set it on
Average view length.
Statistics.
Set it on 6 different devices and just let it run. Turn the
you go.
sound off. Just let it go.
Or just tell your friends, because that's how we grow here, and it's
All
for
on
reals.
iTunes. Well, while we're here, might as well talk about iTunes too.
I just did.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You didn't have a
You weren't
stroke?
here.
No, Vegeta said that my mustache was bothering him, so that's why.
Damn it, Vegeta! Just because you can't grow one of your own doesn't mean you can pick on others.
His dad had a killer beard, so I don't blame him.
Anyways, Bailey, we get to see a little bit of her. She has a broken hand due to Emma, and says she wants the women's title. But the first person she is coming for after she heals is Emma. She's gonna give her more than a hug. Oh!
Oh, snap. Your hand. I just needed a little more fire. I wanted to feel a little more fire from
It looked very off the cusp. Like, it looked...
very rushed. Like,
Rushed
hey, you're
and-
here. Say something into this camera.
They didn't even have a proper mic. Like, I would bet I don't know what I'd bet on it, but I would bet that it was a phone promo.
Right into chat. What do you think Kathy should bet?
My phone. I'm not going to do that.
Don't do that.
But no one can prove it.
Right. Prove it.
Anyways, they replay the Beast in the East NXT title match, Balor versus Owens. Hopefully you guys have already seen this, but if you haven't, now you have.
Yeah.
And
much love to the pay-per-view crew for covering it, but since it was on NXT, we get a chance to talk about it too.
yes.
Oh, it was edited on NXT TV. They edited it down, I believe.
Well, thankfully, if you have the network, you can go and watch it
Anytime. you
multiple
like.
times.
That's what I did. Instead of watching the edited version, I went back and watched the full version just for the hell of it.
Okay, so what did you think of the full version?
There is a lot.
There is a lot.
There's
And
a lot.
going back to our interview with Finn, which you could also go back and re-listen, an incredible interview. Everybody thought so. One of the things that I asked was if the modern audience, if the Western audience was ready for a Japanese style match, and this was kind of a hybrid of the WWE style with the Japanese style, and I think he said just like stay tuned. I think it's a matter of time, and here we are, a couple months out, and we saw the match.
Can we just talk about before the match how Kevin Owens, and I already talked about this on Raw, how Kevin Owens takes the ceremonial bouquet of flowers and just throws it. Just when you think that he can't come up with something else new to be hated for, he does. And it's just brilliant.
He worked that entire match against the Japanese audience. It was against Finn Balor and every single person in that arena.
Oh my gosh.
He was bowing, and each time he did so, he was booed ceremoniously. He hit the ropes twice and locked in a headlock and said, "What? Are you not entertained?" He's incredible. He is absolutely the enemy of everyone.
Yeah.
Nobody likes this guy.
Well, he definitely,
but he's relatable.
He shows that he is talented while still holding back so that he can't get those cheers.
Yep. He plays such a smart game. His wrestling is a lot of chess.
It's like he's done it before.
Kinda, you know? And this kid, out of nowhere, seemingly. Just straight to the top. My God.
And now he's facing Cena.
Right.
What?
Well,
I hope he wins.
Before Sami Zayn even.
And he's also facing Finn Balor again because Finn Balor won the NXT title in this match and is now the new NXT champion.
Yeah, no, I there was no way that I couldn't watch this match live. So I was up at like 3:30 in the morning, and after it was over...
Don't tell me that! I wanted to watch it live with someone and you said you were busy.
Yeah, I was in bed about to pass out, and luckily I was like... I was watching it through like half an eyelid and an eye,
and then could have had like platonic cuddling. There's that.
And that's PC.
Wouldn't have done that.
No,
but
you sick.
I have a very large couch, and we could have sat on opposite sides.
This is good.
No, it's not.
I like this.
No, it's not. Get off.
Why didn't you invite me over?
Can we talk about this match though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Not cuddling.
The fact that they kept it traditional. There's so many things just even before the match. So they did the traditional Japanese thing where they presented them both with flowers. They did the streamers, and then Finn. He didn't just come out in his regular demon attire. He came out as the Demon Prince, which was an amalgamation of his Prince Devitt makeup that he would wear over there and the new Balor stuff. He had an Oni on his back. I don't know what the characters on his back said, but I figured it was something along the lines of the Prince Returns or the Demon Prince. If somebody knows in chat, please tell us. But that alone and that psychological game and how much the crowd was just eating it all up some more, and to have him back to wrestle this match in Japan, there was no way he was going to lose. No way he was going to lose.
I love the Japanese doing the English chants too. That was my favorite.
They're really big fans, and you really get to see that in a WWE show. Is they follow the television shows, and I don't know necessarily how many of them speak English. I know a lot of them speak English.
Yeah.
I don't know how well.
I think I saw more guys at this special, fans dressed as wrestlers, than I do at
Cosplay, bro.
Any live show, house show, whatever event in America.
They really like that a lot. I don't know quite why, but it's really cool to watch.
Yeah.
There was even a curry man in the front row.
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
And I was like
a whole curry man.
It just makes you feel like that much more of a kid when you're watching, and you love the product that much more.
Yeah.
They really do love it. You really understand that they love it, and it's not. It's in a huge, respectful way. It's not the way a kid watches it, because
entertainment is so different over there. Like they have
respect for what they're doing, as we just complain about everything in the States.
But also, like, there's no preconceived notions about it's fake or this or that. Like, yeah, it's a television show, and they acknowledge that. Like they have some of their most popular anime shows get turned into live-action movies, live-action staged musicals, theme park attractions. So it's like they consume media in so many different aspects that, yeah, they're going to like this show because it's costume dudes beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
It's storied, and it's just physical, like the peak of physicality.
Yeah.
So there's no, like, respect is the best word that you use. And the fact that they didn't stand for most of it. Like, that's one of my favorite things about the Japanese shows is everybody's just like, oh, yeah, that was great. Holy crap, wow, awesome.
Super
They
respectful.
got really
Super respectful.
loud for a
They
Japanese
did.
audience. They were so loud.
It was a smaller building, though.
Well, it's true.
Yeah, the
Regardless.
Ryogoku Center is a lot smaller, and there's a roof on it, so you could really, like, they kept everything in.
Box it in.
Echo.
I'm sorry? Whoa, okay.
This match was good, though. Seemed like a fight.
Yeah.
Like, both these guys were swinging on each other. It was...
It was very interesting as well, prior to them replaying the match, having we saw Kevin Owens talk about, well, he's not going to win this match, whatever, and knowing the outcome already, which we had predicted that, but knowing the outcome already, hearing him say those things, I'm like, you are so dumb.
And that's the whole point.
I know.
That's how you really solidify a story and get people to want to watch.
Yeah.
Somebody has to make a declarative statement about what they will do, and people will tune in to see whether or not this person made good on their word.
Yeah.
It becomes it becomes law, you know? Now it's chiseled in stone. You set it on the screen. All these people were witness, so you better back it up. It's really that important, and your word is everything in life. It's the only thing that you really have is your word. So can you back it up?
He didn't.
No. Piece of garbage. And he kicked the flowers on the way out.
And he didn't shake Finn's hand.
Like a no-good Alex Riley. Because he kicked Alex Riley on the way out one there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
References!
we talked about on the show how we thought that it was a no-brainer Finn was going to win. We want to know what you guys think. Let us know in the YouTube comments.
They're talking about, they're going back and forth about what the main event should have been. But
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of my big surprise.
But it was a house
You
show
mean
main
there's
event.
a match
It was a house show main event, which made sense. It was weird because it was televised, but it
Yeah.
made sense from a booking standpoint.
And those are all guys that I think that they would want to see in Japan.
They're the big guys. Actually, I'll tell you, the only thing that didn't make any sense to me of this episode of NXT was Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston recap starting the episode.
That-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he one of them gonna be here?
No.
What?
It was just a Beast in the East recap. Generally.
No, it was a match recap. Because there wasn't any other part of that show that they featured in that opening segment.
No, I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about literally the Beast in the East.
Is Brock Lesnar.
It's Brock Lesnar.
That doesn't make
And then they brought that, they cued like, oh, remember this show? Whoa, you didn't see all of it, did you? Well, we're going to show you the rest of we're going to parts of that match in this
It's
thing.
like an advertisement for their own product.
That's all
I know, that's what the network is.
But it's in the past. It's already
But that's because
happened.
all of their network is on demand. That's the platform, and that's why they created it that way.
Yeah.
So they're promoting things. The same thing with Netflix. They still have, they promote shows that have already premiered, even if it was a few weeks back, because you probably haven't watched it yet.
Mm-hmm. Like, have you watched the Roman Reigns WWE 24?
No, I
you
haven't watched the Roman Reigns.
Very interesting.
Maybe they need to advertise it more so that you'd remember to watch it.
Maybe they should.
Next up, we have Devin Taylor interviewing Chad Gable backstage, and she's asking him if
I'm running out of room over
he's
here.
bummed
Get warm.
about not
He's
being
bummed.
Jason Jordan's
No,
tag team
how dare
partner.
you?
Sorry.
And Chad says, when Jason Jordan comes around, he will be ready,
No, I will be ready,
willing.
Gable. It's time.
Jason Jordan comes in, interrupts, and they are going to be teaming together next week.
This is both funny and very creepy. It's very weird.
Because that means Jordan was waiting for that cue.
I snorted when I heard it the first time. I thought it was great. The
Just
timing on it was perfect.
the draping of the towel. Hey, terrible. Just It's so creepy.
It's so cheesy, and I love it, and I want more.
Why doesn't he like me? Calm down, Chad. Calm down. I just want to win. Why can't we be a team? We can be together forever. Calm down, Chad.
Forever. Solomon Crow is in his control room.
The crow's nest.
The crow's nest.
The crow's nest. He's back. He's matchup next.
He's matchup next.
His catch up next.
Marcus Louis versus Solomon Crow.
I'd like Marcus Louis coming out with no music.
Silence. Look at the freak. The geek over here.
Okay, so I used to say this about Batista for a little bit, but I think that Marcus Louis, in the most endearing way possible, looks like the naked mole rat from Kim Possible.
Yeah, Rufus.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's kind of got buck teeth a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah, a little
but
bit.
mostly because he's bald and naked.
Naked?
I mean, like, in most of the camera shots, he looks like Rufus.
Careful, your Freud is showing.
Beat me to it.
No.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, and sometimes Marcus Louis is a tall, naked Frenchman.
That was real good.
Je suis la jeune fille. Anyway, that's the French I know.
Okay.
This was interesting.
So, yeah, what'd you guys think of this?
Crowd didn't seem to have the easiest time in the world getting into it, but I enjoyed it. I really did.
It was fun. You got a tweet from somebody saying, "Are we in agreement that Solomon Crow was really boring?" And I was like, "No."
No, I am 100% behind Solomon Crow. I think he's very talented, and he definitely has a lot of personality to show. I think that there's definitely a disconnect between what we saw a few months ago of him and what we're seeing now.
And also, we saw this match at Access.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
And apparently this match was a couple times at Access. Not exactly the same way, but this matchup. And it's not just because I was such a big fan of the original track, but his new music is lacking energy. Like it's got kind of like a counterculture sound to it, but the last one, just the beats per minute was just so much faster.
So is he an anarchist? Is he this like cyber tech guru? Like, what is he?
He might just be a Lady Gaga fan at this point. He's the little monster. I don't understand it yet. I hope it's addressed. I hope it's explained so that I can better understand this version of Solomon Crow, because it says I'm back. He says I'm back, and now he's rebranded and not even repackaged, but at least rebranded as the little monster, which to me says they're going for the little big man gimmick. Like he's the sort of the half pint kind of guy who can take out a bigger guy.
I liked when he was the techie guy that was like cutting into people's matches
and like he didn't do the beat down on the lower Tron to get the last little bit of interference. So yeah, it just needs a little bit more like actual
tweaking.
Yeah,
whatever it is. And also Marcus Louis, another guy that I think we all like. I definitely like, and it seems like now he's being placed. There's always someone on the NXT roster who I feel like gets into this position, but it seems like he's being booked as CJ was right before he left.
We don't know that yet. Like he got the tag match with Jason Jordan was one thing, where Jason Jordan was going. That was a part of that storyline. Whereas this is, we actually got to see him come out. Like, why is he wearing pants? Mm-hmm. Like, why? That's what I don't get. Is like when we saw him at Access, he was wearing tights. He was wearing his old tights. Even if he was just wearing like plain black tights or something, just because the pants are like. Are you going for a corporate Kane thing?
I just would have thought after he lost all of his hair in that situation that he would have gotten a huge push after that. And he just kind of fell off.
They teased it. He was watching Tyler Breeze for the longest time, and we were waiting for that payoff. And then I think all the stuff with Hideo might have caused
overshadowed it?
Yeah. And depending on where they want Breeze to go, and then with Sammy and Hideo being out with injuries, they needed somebody to step up and be in that other main event level position.
It's just really unfortunate because I feel like he makes the most of the little time that he's getting now.
Louis great.
and he's unique, and that's saying something. I think both Solomon Crowe and Marcus Louis are very unique, and sometimes you can be too unique for your own good.
But if anybody has any trouble identifying or being a fan of Marcus Louis, I think we all can agree that if you go to Dailymotion and look up Marcus Louis promo class, you will find possibly the funniest promo.
Innuendos.
Yeah,
No, it's
literally.
and there's a payoff. That's the whole thing. Really is
So good.
Really
So you
perfect.
know that he's got.
He's funny.
He knows how to
Yes.
lead, how he can cut a promo well to get you in a particular place. So he can do that like foreign, not necessarily Santino who plays with the language, but now that there is that void, it could just be a French dude now, and we can actually have a French face as opposed to a French heel,
A
which
fresh French face.
Fresh face?
fresh French
French
face.
face?
Fresh French face.
Oui, oui.
God, that's hard.
That was all my French.
Maybe
That-
answer.
The strikes at the top were a lot of fun. The couple where Louis was coming back like no, like with his weird like like his weird like high pitched like noise like that's freaky. Like that's like Frankenstein's monster
Well,
type crap.
I think he's kind of channeling the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
no, that's too
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hide up in the bell tower.
But then the straight right that
was
just
great.
and is falling over. Did anybody think that he tapped out too quick?
A little. I don't know. It seemed okay. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, like it was just a quick like knock at the leg and then put him in.
Well, it was essentially Crowe went for the knee. He went for that short knee drop kick, and then immediately capitalized in that knee bar, and it worked to his advantage.
Yeah. Next up, we have the Vaudevillains promo, and they say they are going to defeat Cass and Enzo tonight and become the #1 contenders for the tag titles.
The Vaudevillains and a talkie. My God, what year is it? We've flown so far into the future.
Are we going to get color next?
Zeppelins.
No, Zeppelins. Can they please ride the ring on a Zeppelin? Please,
Next open air event. No, then you're just asking for trouble.
please.
And meanwhile, in
Von
Japan,
Bilderberg.
we see Balor shake Cena's hand after his match, and
like they
he
never
wins the
met
title.
before.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. It was like, oh, you're Cena.
Maybe
But
John.
I know that was
Cena senpai.
Maybe John thought that Balor was from a burn ward. It was a young man. From a burn
Like this
ward.
is it. Like he was to make a wish.
It's very good to see you. And then he went to
Finn,
wrestle.
is it?
Finn.
Pleasure to meet you. That's a nice belt you have there.
You stay strong, kid. You stay strong. That's the worst thing I've said all day.
yeah. Maybe all
I
week.
like how he's kept it to the day because he knows that there are other contenders.
No,
for the
there's
rest of the
so
week.
many terrible things I say every day.
Oh yeah, yesterday was pretty bad too.
yeah.
It was just weird, like jumping back and forth. Like I appreciated seeing this, and I wanted to see it, but it was just
Like,
it was
Cena, like Neville and Cesaro, just like, oh, it's John Cena. and then coming back this week with Cesaro. Then seeing Cesaro like this week come out and be like, no, John, it's my. And then after this, like, if they had included that, like, hey man, I was talking to my friend and you interrupted us just because you're like, oh, I gotta go out for a match. That would have been fun, but it was still just like that weird connecting thread of like, from one day it's John Cena, and the next day it's no, I'm gonna fight you and win because I was cheated out of my title shot. So.
I mean, even those three together, it's kind of like a setup for a joke. A Swede, an Irishman, and an Englishman walk into a bar.
John Cena shows
John
up
Cena shows up.
and buries them all. and aids them all.
So Balor,
Right
after
on the
this,
bar.
says that his dream came true tonight after winning the title, and we go back to Orlando.
That was it. That was on WWE.com and YouTube as a post-show thing. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting a chance to see it. For those of you who can't operate YouTube, it is now on a part of the NXT show.
I didn't catch the pre-show for Raw where I think he called in.
He did.
Did you listen to that at all?
No.
Okay. Well, if you listen to
Honesty
that,
is the
tweet
best
us what
policy.
was said.
I listened to all of it, and I agreed with what he said about that thing that he talked about. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
Ground shaking.
Breaking.
Altering.
Shaking.
I like the words that were said.
Finn.
In the order in which they were said.
Right?
Yeah.
We are just terrible television right now.
So
At least we know
At least
it.
we're online, so we're not even on TV. But last match of the night, the main event, the Vaudevillains versus Cass and Enzo for the #1 contendership for the tag team titles.
Is it just me, or does everybody in the crowd know Smiley's whole speech? Because it sounds like the
Smiley?
Are they
majority,
saying it?
the majority of the crowd, the carnival barker. Excuse
The
me.
ringmaster.
The ringmaster at the beginning of the Vaudevillains.
I didn't know that was the same
entrance.
person.
Whoa, it's weird.
Brian Katz?
This guy had dark eyebrows and a big mustache.
Could
can't
be the same
believe it.
person.
And
He
a
looked-
hat. He had a big hat. My God, I mean, you're just.
He had a hat.
He doesn't wear hats.
He looked closer to the photographer in the Tyler Breeze video.
Yeah.
But again, probably not the same person. It just sounds like more people are learning the lyrics of everything. Because I don't know if you remember at the end of San Jose, when we came outside, all of the fans were doing every single call and response chant, or not call and response, and we're just doing any
I
sort of
left
live
after
announcing.
everyone had already dispersed.
Smart idea,
Yeah.
because it was
We
a
got the
rough
tail
crowd.
end of it. Honestly,
Yeah,
they
but it
were
was just-
gathered and yelling. We have so much energy, we don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't quite understand it. But I'm a wrestler, so that's fine.
Okay, so this match,
This match.
This match.
did you expect the outcome
Yes.
that the Vaudevillains would be victorious?
I did. Like when we talked about it last week, I thought it was going to be something where Blake and Murphy got involved. But just in general, how would it look on it? I think it looks better for Enzo and Cass for them to be so determined, and to get that taken away makes the crowd want them to succeed even more.
Yeah.
And then that also lets the Vaudevillains get back in and look good as a team because they beat the team that everybody wants to beat.
For me, I'm just like, good, they didn't win, they should go to the main roster yesterday.
I mean, there's so much happening this next coming year. We don't know what's going to happen to NXT and some of our favorites.
I mean, it's even in the next couple months.
Yeah.
I feel like
With-
a proud parent, like we're ready to send them off
I'm not,
to, yeah.
because we're still
You're like, that's my favorite band, and now everyone likes them.
still trying to make sure that everybody gets why we like the Ascension. So
It's
we're working on it. It's getting there.
Just now, after how long, people are starting to have a positive reaction to Bo?
That's what I mean. It just
Bo Dallas is great.
yeah. Oh, Bo
2
Dallas.
years later.
How great is Bo Dallas? We told you so.
It's a long con, people. You really just gotta let it sink in.
Just wait until the cups stop moving before you guess the one. You have to wait.
Where's the Find the Queen of Hearts? Find the Queen of Hearts.
Awesome match, fun match. The back soup, not back suplex, but you know what I mean. Like the back grapple reversals from Zoe and Gotch at the beginning of the match were.
Oh, they were.
That was cool.
Very even, very
Yeah.
equal to each other, just back and forth, neither of them gaining really any ground.
I'd like to see a single match between the two of them.
Yeah, honestly, that would be good. They're well matched, very well matched. I mean, obviously, Gotch is a little bit stronger, but Zoe's just a little bit faster, so they kind of parallel.
Yeah.
Works really well.
Yes.
Yes.
If Gotch doesn't always use this emoji in everything, then I feel like he's doing it wrong.
Then you need to follow him on Twitter and tell him that.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a great rapport. Tell him I sent you. It's actually not a joke.
I know, you are like 90% of his Q&As.
Basically, I ask good questions, hard-hitting questions. I'm a journalist. I'm like, oh damn, I was gonna say Rush Limbaugh, but I'm really nothing like Rush Limbaugh in any way. He's not a journalist at all.
And
I'm
we
more of a
just lost
journalist
our
than
press
him.
passes to New York.
You're like, me, I'm a journalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's more like a jerkalist.
I'm more like a jerk of fist.
And we are officially off the rails. 39 minutes and
Hey, it took longer than usual.
seconds into it. So, I feel like we should talk about some newses.
Yeah, we got some news and gossip.
News and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV.
Would you like to take it away?
I would. We don't usually get a chance to use that music because we usually take so damn long talking about the show. But we had 3 shorter matches and a recap match. That was half the show, so luckily. So today was the beginning of Comic-Con, and the NXT superstars arrived at the Mattel panel, which is usually a thinly veiled WWE panel where they have some storyline stuff that happens. Because like a couple years ago when Punk won the title at Money in the Bank and quit, he showed up at the panel and asked Triple H a question, and Triple H was like, hey, let's talk. Ended up getting the re-signing and everything. And there was another one that happened. Oh, yeah, Sting and Hogan and who was it? It was Sting, Hogan, and somebody else.
Was it Stone Cold?
No, somebody from ECW.
Would have been Heyman.
Yeah, and it was Heyman.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget. There's a picture of Triple H with a shovel saying, good, you're all here. So the big news coming out of the panel this year is that we are going to be seeing Finn Balor and Kevin Owens 3 at NXT TakeOver, which was announced, as we mentioned at the top of the show, is going to be at the Barclays Center in New York the night before SummerSlam.
It's crazy because that was announced on Friday, and I feel like that was months ago.
Seriously?
So much in like WWE news has happened since then.
Beyond, because like Friday they announced TakeOver. Friday night to Saturday was Japan, and then Monday was Raw. But just everything that's happened since, and then we get NXT again, and then Comic-Con, and just everything swirling. A lot more NXT superstars are going to be receiving action figures. Kevin Owens, for one.
They previewed a bunch of them.
Charlotte, Finn is going to be getting them. Bailey, Kalisto, and Zoe and Cass are currently in prototype. They don't have a final color yet, but at least they have been scanned for it. So stand by at your Mattel pre-orders at Toys R Us's and all sorts of places. You can pick those up.
They do pre-orders?
Probably. Some places do pre-orders for toys.
Okay.
Yeah. Ringside Collectibles. Would love to have them on. We've also got a Charlotte announced through IGN that the main event of next week is going to be her and Sasha. There's going to be another recording coming up for the last 4 weeks,
right,
leading up to Brooklyn. So there's going to be a lot more show that's going to be announced, and can't wait for that. Last bit of news
Well, first off, I just wanted to mention also our good friend of the show, Sam Roberts, is down at the Performance Center right now covering interviews for... He's getting interviews for Men's Journal.
No, but he's also but as a result, he's kind of getting trained by Monsieur Matt Bloom, Jason Albert.
I mean, I guess in order to fully understand the level of fitness required, one must actually participate in the fitness activities.
And also, if you're as Marky as one Sam Roberts or any of us, and you get a ring put in front of you, you're gonna want to at least run the ropes or get taken through a couple of drills. Like, honestly, what happened yesterday?
Whenever there's a ring in the room, I just want to get in it, and like, I don't want to be a wrestler. Like, I know that I don't have the actual capacity to do that in my body, but it's one of those feelings where like you get such an adrenaline rush and like you want to do it. So yeah,
exactly, which we found out last night. We had a wonderful experience at Hobo was minding his own business at the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood Wrestle Center, training, waiting for your fellow trainer Rocky Romero.
Yes,
and Rocky Romero happened to bring a guest with him.
Friend he's known for many years.
Yeah, they go way back from Japan. Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas.
Yes.
Finn Balor.
She's taller.
Finn Balor was in town and decided to visit his old friend Dave Marquez and Rocky Romero at the Hollywood Wrestle Center, and we all got a chance to meet the gentleman.
and I got to wrestle in front of him, so that's cool.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did he give you any pointers?
Not really. He was minding most of his own business.
Yeah.
I think us more established guys were like doing our job, showing off a little bit. I think I was at least a little bit impressed next to some of the other guys who don't have as much experience as we do. I think we stood out fairly well. So we'll see what happens.
Either way, what a privilege.
Honestly, it was. I'm in there teaching a couple of other guys. We're finishing up our session, and Rocky walks in, and it's the champ. Hi. Why are you here? It was a very pleasant surprise, and just chatted a little bit about how everything's going with him. He's doing well. He's traveling a lot. I think he's in Comic-Con today.
He was. He was on the panel today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's working very hard and just enjoying life. Shouldn't he at this juncture? I mean, really. So it was great to have him come by, and we got a chance, all three of us, to say hello, ask him how he's doing.
Remembers our interview fondly.
Yes. And we bid him a farewell and said we'll see you in New York.
Oh, yeah. That was my favorite thing. He's like, hey, yeah, we're going to be in New York doing press. And he was like, oh, yeah, me too. I'm going to be in New York.
Yeah.
Are you?
I think that's what they're saying. Good champ.
Good to know. Beautiful blue eyes, beautiful blue eyes, beautiful blue eyes, beautiful blue eyes. Also, I shook his hand.
Were your palms sweaty?
Yeah, and something about mom spaghetti.
Yeah.
Knees weak, mom spaghetti. That's what it was. But no, that was beyond cool. Just showing up, Dave going, oh, yeah, the marks are here, and then just kind of waiting, and yeah, wonderful human.
Well, I wanted to go because I wanted to see Rocky Romero train.
You were there, wanted to go anyway.
Francia wants to train and get in the ring.
She
is so good.
She's a natural.
Got some natural talent.
Well, she's taken martial arts for a lot of her life, but she was taking bumps, and they looked like she had been training for weeks, and she was in the ring for 5 minutes.
Good.
Yeah.
She's more than welcome back anytime. Actually, she sent me a text message today, and I forgot to get back to her, so I'll send her a message.
We've already discussed we're coming, so
yes.
That's going to happen at some point.
So stay attached to your periscopes and watch these two lovely ladies
Snapchat.
train.
Not me.
I am not. Yeah, I'm gonna flip
again?
over the ropes and just do that kind of stuff.
I'll tell you, not many people are good at wrestling when they start. It's really a fluke.
But that's the thing is, I don't want to pretend like I'm trying to train to wrestle, because I'm not. I don't want to seem like I'm disrespecting people that have done this their entire lives, like you and all the guys who are there. But I think that it is fun, and I feel you have a certain level of respect once you do take a bump that you didn't before, for what these guys go through every single day.
It's easier also to commentate on something if you've trained in that field, if you know how something feels, going through the rigors of it. You are more easily able to give it, your 2 cents, and it's actually a well-educated 2 cents because you've been there and you've done that. So even if you don't want to wrestle and you still want to be involved, you learn more overall by actually participating than just sitting on the sidelines and watching. So I encourage you to get in, even if you don't intend to, and make your intentions known. Say, no, I don't want to wrestle, but I still would like to train. Referees. We've had a number of referees come our way. They do the full training, because that's how you have to become a referee, really. You have to know how to be a wrestler in order to be a referee, because you have to stop things. You have to know where a choking point is. You have to know really when those shoulders are down. It's very complex, so the referees have to train. Managers, too. Everybody has to train and gain the full understanding of what it takes to be a wrestler in order to be in the wrestling business. But not everybody's in the ring. And that's just fine. No, not everybody can be.
A case in point in me.
Right.
Yeah, but it's still fun to get in there and just being able to see the very beginning of the classes that you guys do at the Wrestle Center, which are open as we were just kind of talking, and Finn there.
Yeah.
And having him there, just watch and go, This could be the future. Like those two things together.
I'm sure he wasn't thinking that. I'm sure he's just like, I'm so tired and jet lagged, and
I'm trying to make it wistful and awesome to bring it back to NXT.
All I wanted to do was hang out with my friend, and now we have to.
And I have to watch the wrestling. I was trying to be nice to our wrestling friend here, the hobo, who has to deal with 29 other superstars in the Red Carpet Rumble on Sunday.
This Sunday. All of us are going. This whole team is going.
So that essentially does it for news and gossip. It was just awesome to meet Finn last night, and we're going to see him again in New York. And I also wanted, I know we've said it before on the Gimmick Pod, twitter.com/thegimmickpod, but we're working on a way to live stream an NXT show, if not the recap of TakeOver from New York. So we're working on that. We can figure out a bare bones way to do it so we can at least be live, and it can be us because it is Saturday and it's going to be a different sort of a schedule. We're also going to be shooting,
and it's on Saturday.
Okay. So we're going to be shooting different material for the network, and we're going to try to get it up as timely as possible. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we have to prep.
I think my mom's gonna come to the show.
Really?
She's never been to a wrestling show before, and she really wants to come, so I think she's gonna come.
Well, all right.
Awesome.
So the Kelly ladies on the town.
The Kellys.
Yeah, excuse me. I was trying to be.
It's my paternal
Hollywood.
name, Kathy
Maternal?
Kelly. No, Kelly is my dad's side.
Yeah.
Kovacs is my mom's.
Yeah,
so,
maternal.
Yeah.
Kelly
I was saying
Kovacs.
Kelly was, yeah.
Okay. Still the double K. So yeah, New York, beyond excited. We thought we were in it for just an NXT show, but little did we know.
First, we didn't know if we were in it for anything,
True.
really. Then we found out, there may be an NXT show.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool. Now it's a takeover. Well, whatever then.
And it's at Barclays Center, which
And
is
it's at
where
Barclays.
everything is going to be, which is crazy.
Yeah. Keep it in a place. Keep it in one place.
That, I think, wraps up our show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, please leave us comments on your thoughts. I really wanted to do a segment today of which indie wrestlers we would want to see signed by NXT in Dream World. I just wanted to change something up. But I'm going to open that question up to to fans or to listeners of our show. If you guys have people that you've seen or from other companies or whatever that you think would make a great addition to NXT, we want to know because we want to talk about it.
And it doesn't all have to be me. You guys, I know you love me. But you can say me and someone else.
We'll just assume that you mean hobo. And then
you're just gonna say someone else's name, but hobo is what you actually mean.
It just goes without
So
saying.
any tweets are just about hobo.
Nash.
Where can they find you on the Twitters?
You go first.
I'm on Twitter at TrueHobo. ProWrestlingTees.com/hobos, where you can find the shirts. Follow the training center at CWFH Training on Twitter.
Yeah, that's it.
I think so.
And you can also catch him on Sunday if you're in town at Port Hueneme for the Red Carpet Rumble. We're all going to be there, and if it's going to be a wonderful show, a lot of great talent.
Really big show.
Really big shoe. A lot of legends, too. It's going to be pretty fantastic. You can follow me on Twitter at SoapboxMark. You can follow The Gimmick Podcast, which is our wrestling podcast, at The Gimmick Pod. And also, we have NXT merchandise. If you can help us out, please. It'll help us out getting to SummerSlam. SoapboxCarTV.Spreadshirt.com. We've got 2 designs. If you want any sort of merchandise with that logo on it, we'll make it. We're kind of desperate, so thank you.
Underpants.
I'll do it. So just follow me at SoapboxMark, and I can give you more information if you need it.
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at Catherine Kelly, on Instagram at Kathy Kelly. I will be on the Schmoes Know podcast after this one, so check that out if you're watching live. And also follow all of us here on Twitter and Instagram at AfterBuzz TV. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you again next Thursday.
Yeah.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.